You're watching Talking Points, a focus on the political scene in Lubbock and across the South Plains.
Welcome back. You know, the COVID losses we talk about include a lot of small businesses that will not be back, and many businesses that have survived have done so because of that federal stimulus money. State lawmakers are preparing to put together their new budget with less money, in part because of COVID problems. But, you know, when you add everything up in Lubbock, our economic situation is actually doing a little better than you might think. KAMC Amy Kazera shows us.
We are much closer to where we were prior to the pandemic coming to Lubbock than we expected to be.
Lubbock's unemployment rate is down about 5 points from when the coronavirus first caused shutdowns, and it looks like that number might be going down even more. We're
seeing that there's still some good signs in our economy that make it real hard to sit there and say, yes, this recession is as strong a hold as what people anticipate.
Osborne says employment in retail, construction, and professional business services is on the rise. But there have been an undeniable number of challenges, especially for small businesses. Mayor Dan Pope says hope is on the horizon.
I do know that there are better days ahead. I do know that many of our small businesses have found a way to not only improvise, but to thrive.
To help keep Lubbock's local economy strong, it comes down to supporting small businesses.
We've got to stay the course. We need to support our local businesses. We need to do our takeout. We need to find a way to make sure that they're there as days get better.
Amy Kazera, KAMC News.
All right, Amy, thank you so much. Let's spend 5 good minutes now with Lubbock City Manager Jared Atkinson. Jared, always a pleasure to have you on the show. We appreciate you taking a few minutes for us today.
Bryan, thank you for having me. Look forward to the visit.
I know you presented the city's legislative agenda to the council this past week as we look ahead now to the next session in Austin. Can you tell folks about the reasons for putting something like that together in the first place and the process of prioritizing certain things over others?
Certainly. The whole purpose of a legislative agenda is, number one, it's the opportunity the council as a whole has to discuss, to debate, to develop those items that they feel are the most important items that might be before our state legislature or the federal Congress as it relates to the city and the ability to run and to manage the city. There's more than that, though. It's also very important because this is the opportunity our citizens, our residents have to see what is at the top of mind for council as we look at the legislative session. And finally, it's the tool that we use. It guides and directs not only the members of the city council, but also city staff and others. It helps us to interact with our local delegation and to the state legislature at large.
Well, I know state leaders have been told to make do with less this time around because of COVID, and it's hard to control that, I know. But does that affect any of your plans or expectations to come out of Austin in 2021?
Probably not specifically related to items in the legislative agenda because we're not proposing items that are going to require a unique or a new funding stream from the state. We are being careful, though, at the same time that we're not asking for that. We don't want the state to ask for that from the local government either. So yeah. We do have our standard, what everybody calls unfunded mandates language in it.
And I know that was mentioned in there as well. And that's, you almost, I think, expect from Austin, because knowing that months ago we were going to see budget issues in every department, how do you keep that out of the budget? What's the process of going into that, and is just a lobbying issue more or less on Lubbock's part?
Yeah, it's first trying to be aware and to see what's going on. There'll be 7,500 plus bills that are filed. Our legislature has 140 days in which to work their way through those. They all have a tremendously difficult job in doing that. It's incumbent upon us at the local level to watch, to participate. If we see something that is moving forward that looks like it might have a cost or a negative financial impact to Lubbock, we do need to intervene and to lobby and make a case as to why that shouldn't be that way.
There are local representatives who have made it a point to talk about at least the potential for legislation making it so local governments can't hire outside folks to lobby for them. I take it Lubbock would not be on board with that sort of legislation because of those needs?
That would concern Lubbock greatly, and in fact, the City Council spent quite a bit of time discussing that. And you know, number one, it's a time and distance question.
Mm-hmm.
If I walk out the door of Citizens Tower here and drive to the front steps of the Capitol as close as I can, that's a 6-hour drive. And that's if we have advance notice and time to get there. As the session accelerates towards the end, timelines accelerate as well. But really just more than that, it's the sheer magnitude of the items that come before the legislature. Again, 7,500 plus bills. There are professionals and firms that's what they do. They analyze those, they flag them, they help point us in the right direction, and we need that. If we were to do that with local staff, number one, you would have to procure that staff. Our legislature meets every other year. They do interim work, but certainly not with the frequency or the intensity of the session. And you would basically be hiring a local employee and placing them in Austin for some number of months every other year. Sure doesn't seem very efficient to do that. And looking at it another way, employing professionals at particular, topics or particular needs is standard and effective. You see people do that through the hiring of architects, engineers, attorneys, accountants. It's very common, and it's generally a more efficient way than it is to try to bring in-house every single thing that faces an organization.
I know the Loop 88 and the I-27 extension plans are already underway there, but it seems to me that to save money, that might be something that the legislature would at least try to delay. Do you feel like you're positioned in a way to try to keep that from happening?
Well, I guess there's two, and we intentionally broke them into two topics related to the extension of I-27. The first and the most important is we're asking the legislature to follow through with the work that was done, really that was championed by Senator Perry, a bill that he carried in the prior legislative session. And that ask is simple. Go ahead and make the designation. Apply the designation to the appropriate routes and say this is a future Interstate 27. I don't believe that costs the state anything to do that, to make that happen. The second item, we did say, please fund the appropriate capital to start this process. And understand, extending I-27 as an interstate is many, many years, if not decades, before it makes its full extent north and south. Excuse me, we would like to see the state get started, but we're going to make the same requests of the federal government. The designation, again, is practically free for them to do. We certainly hope they will. If they're able, within existing transportation funding, to put anything towards capital, understanding that's not an all-at-once deal, it's incremental, we'd still like to see them do that.
The job sometimes welds into the world of politics, and Jared Atkinson is always ready to do that for us. The city manager of Lubbock. Good to talk to you again soon. We'll talk to you again soon on all this.
Thank you, Brian. Look forward to that as well.